Good evening, everyone. It's Rob. Hope you're well. It's Friday. It is 20 to 11 in the evening. And I meant to do this earlier, but it was just too damn hot. And I was just having a bit of a meltdown. No, not meltdown. I wasn't having a meltdown. I was just melting. Anyway, I thought I'd talk you through this pair today, which was the Euro Canadian dollar. I think there was a scan, a harmonic pattern for it at one point, which I think the D point had repainted once, maybe twice even, before the scan was then no longer valid. And let me talk you. This is the five minute chart. In fact, let's just go on to this for the time being. So I can't remember exactly where I was when I got into the trade, but I think I've ended up with about 20 pips from this at one point, and that was twin trading, so two different positions on it. But it was, I think it was around here that, I think that was probably considered the D point, and it started going down, and then it suddenly made a move up. But here's two good things that I can share with you with regards to the reason why I thought, actually, do you know what? I'm going to take those 20 pips and then check it from there. I'm going to share that with you now. So one thing, the first offer, this is obviously a naked chart. These are ordinary candles on here. It's the 5 minute time frame. But one thing is, you will see that I have all of these lines all over the place. And that's as far as I can scroll at the moment on the 5 minute time frame. So if I go out a bit to the hour, oh my word, it gets even messier. But I'll explain the benefit of that to you, because on the hour time frame, it may look a bit weird, a bit wacky, and a bit wonderful. But this is actually going back to where are we now? What's April, May, June? So we can't move the slider anymore. Okay, so that's March. So we're going back to sort of middle of March. And we've got this high point up here, and let's just go. We've got 2 hours on here. Let's go to 2 hours just to give us a little bit more space. So as you can see, I've got a high point up here and a low point down here, and I've got what are referred to as fanning trend lines that are starting from the top there, and let's zoom in a bit so we can see. So we've got that fanning trend line. That first one there is going to the top of that candle there. That one is then going to the top of that one. But then, as you will notice, with that being from that top of that candle there, price has sort of respected that on the way down, and then it's moved away. Same with that one there. Price has, so it's the top of that point there is where the trend line comes down to and then continues on. But you'll see that price has broken through that, come down, gone back to retest, come down, broken out again, but it's then come down again and sort of respected the other side of that trend line. So it becomes quite powerful when you can see what's going on. So as I say, this is the 2 hour time frame. So what I've done is, as you can see, more and more. So I've got trend line going from the top there to the top of that point there, from the top there to these points here. But then you can also see that that was respected. It's also been respected down there as well. And then we've got that again from that point there to the top of that. And again, it's been respected again there, touch, and then I've had another one where I've taken the top of that point. So I'm just going for the high points, not just these little bits, the high points. And then I've had that touch there, which was back on 15th of July. I think that was when that was. So yeah, 15th of July. So that's when I marked that off. So let's go back to the 5 minutes and show you in a bit more clarity. So that was the 15th of July there. So that's where I had that trend line from there. I didn't show you this one coming up the bottom, but anyway, I'll tell you that in a moment. So price was around here, and I was thinking, okay, this I think the D point was around here from the harmonic pattern, and I think we had a pitchfork on it, which was sort of giving that sort of downward move there. So it shouldn't really have broken out of that pitchfork, but obviously it did and pushed up. And I thought, okay, I got my 20 pips. I was okay, but I suddenly realised, wait a minute, there's that trend line there. I wonder if it's going to go up and hit that. And it's all very well talking through this after the event, because I didn't really have time earlier in the day to talk you through everything that was going on here, because we were busy trading. So as you can see, let's just zoom in a bit. Oh, it's going to do that thing again with the recording software, isn't it? Nah, I'll try and zoom in as much as I can with just the mouse. So we've got the touch of that trend line, which is where I drew the point sort of way back, mid-March or something, to the top of that. And look at that, it's hit it to the, exactly hit it. There again, it's hit it. It's just pushed through there. It's come back, it's hit it again, it's hit it again, it's hit it again. There it's pushed through. And then let's just zoom in. Sorry if the light's shining off the top of my head. But just the power of these trend lines. I just wanted to be just trying to explain it to you, because okay, maybe it didn't quite touch there, but it's near as, damn it. But you can see all of this action here. Oh, bang, bang, bang. Keep trying to get through that trend line. Didn't do it. It's had a rest. Gone back up again. Bang, 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 bang. It took several attempts to actually break through that trend line. And I say several. This is the 5 minute time frame. So each of these candles is representing 5 minutes of time. So let's give you a bit more. I'm trying to zoom in to give you a bit more of a clearer picture. So there, it didn't quite touch it, but it was really, really close. But as you can see, it's just respect. Look at those. Touch, 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 touch. I just find it amazing that, if you scroll back to where I drew the first point of the trend line, so going back to mid-March down to here, and then the accuracy of that, where it's hitting there. Now the other reason that I didn't get in is because of these tools. So I'm going to chuck these on. So these are just EMAs. This is our indicator, and this is another moving average of 62. So let's just get that out of the way. So as you can see, the white line here, we've had, and again, 5 minute time frame, so you're going to get several of these ups and downs. So the downs are the red arrows pointing down, green arrows are the buys pointing up. And it just makes life so much easier. So when you're looking at these based on, these are generated based on 3 criteria being met. And if it wasn't for this point here where, okay, I was selling at that point there, but when it started pulling away, and you see this yellow line here is the 62, and you see price kind of respects that and kind of keeps being pulled back towards it. That was when I thought, actually, do you know what, that's pulling quite away from it, so I'm glad I've closed out in profit there. And that's obviously when it started moving up, and because of the distance between that white line, and you can't really see it very easily. Let me zoom in a bit more. There is another line in the middle of that. Let's zoom right in. So you can see this green line in the middle here. So where this white line is pulling away from the green line, and this green line changes color. So if it's a buy trend, it's green. If it's a sell trend, it's red. But when you've got the white line crossing here and pulling away from the green line, so that green is saying it's a buy, get off. So it's already saying it's a buy. We've got the indicator saying it's a buy. We've got the white line pulling away from the green line, meaning it's gaining momentum, it's pulling apart. Then that's ideal. You know, I can stay in that and stay in that and stay in that, and I might think about getting out now because it's coming towards the green line again. And as you see at this bit here, it was quite difficult to know what to do, and it was only because I think that was probably the D point there, that from there it's signaling a potential reversal. But as you can see, that is pretty much just going sideways there. I know the curve is kind of reducing, it's going up and then coming down, but as you can see, the white line is sort of hovering around the green/red line in the middle there. But with this yellow line, we know that price is going to come back towards that at some point. So that was my main reason for saying, do you know what, I'm glad I'm out of that. But I just wanted to show you the power of these trend lines, plus using these tools that we've got in our trading community, and this sort of setup that we've got here. You know, the MAs and stuff are all free indicators on TradingView, but this one here that gives us the BYOB up and down and color changing is one of our tools. Excuse me. Ooh. God, it's late. One of our tools that one of our own team members, refer to them team members. We're not team members. We're a community. We're a group of guys and girls who are all just out to help each other. And one of the guys has developed this known as the Ninjacator. It's an indicator on TradingView which encompasses several different tools within it. So it's an invite-only script. It's not available to the public. It's only available to our community. So, excuse me. So when you've got these sorts of things helping you get in and out of trades, now we've got the buy here, and then we've got another buy there. We didn't get a down until up here. But that's the great thing about this as well. You can set alerts on this, so you don't even have to be sitting there watching the chart. You can get the alert pop up on your phone. If you've got the TradingView app, you just get the diddling noise. That sounds more like Mission Impossible. You get that alert on your phone, and you go, oh, okay, I'll go and deal with that. So yeah, I just thought I'd talk you through that. But before I finish up on that, let's just go back to, just going to get rid of all the noise on there again so that you can see things a bit more clearly. I didn't change the candles, didn't I? Normally I change those to high Kanachi candles as well. So let's go back out to the hour time frame. So this trend line along the bottom here, that would have been coming from, let's go to the 2 hour. So you can see that's from this point back here, which is February, so nearly 4-5 months back. So one of those trend lines there, and that was marked up from that point down there to this point here. And it's been respected there, it's been respected there, it's been respected there, and look at that. And that was from this week's activity, it was respected there as well. And there's one of the other guys in the community who often takes the mickey out of me for these trend lines, because if I've just got loads of trend lines on there, go, oh yeah, I've got a line that covers that. But I find it fascinating that with the price movement is going up and down, and it's actually respecting these trend lines. And when you think about the amount of money that it's taking to move price up and down, you know, the millions of dollars that it's taking to move it, and that it gets like bang to that point, it's respected. And okay, sometimes it doesn't get there spot on, but you saw when I showed you the 5 minute on that section there, they're almost pinpoint accurate to that trend line. Maybe that's just my fantastic trend line drawing, who knows. So yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you, that yes, this may look completely and utterly weird, but it's actually very helpful. So with that, that's about it. I'm going to wrap that up because it's now 11 o'clock. But before I do, let's have a quick look at today's activity on the old Discord chat. I'm going to keep this brief. Let's scroll back to, well, that was yesterday. Okay, so here we are, 17th July. In fact, there's me for my wrap up of, that was yesterday evening. So if you think that you can't trade because you haven't got time, that was after normal working hours. That I'm a bit silly. I don't sleep well if I've got trades running overnight, and I know that's my own personal mentality, and I've got to deal with that at some point. But I'll just keep waking up going, oh, I wonder what's happening with the trade. Even though I've got stop loss in place, I've got take profit in place, I've got a tool that I use which will, you know, once the trade is in a particular amount of profit, it will adjust the stop loss. So it's like a trailing stop loss, but it will move with the price in profit. So it's all of that sort of thing. Yet I still struggle with it, and I know that there were guys who let that run, and it did go down. In fact, it went to that was the target area. It went down to that, and I think a little bit further as well on the pound Australian dollar. But anyway, I'm not here to brag about me and what I was doing, but that was done yesterday evening after normal working hours. So you do have time to trade, and in fact there's some that we're going to come on to in a moment that are early in the morning. So a lot of people do these trades before they even leave the house to go to work. So that was yesterday at 10 to 9, 10 pips on pound New Zealand dollar, combination strategies, but learned about using Pitchfork. So again, more value added to the team. So all this one, 1 o'clock in the morning. So 25 to life, one of the strategies that we teach, 20 pips on that. Then now at more sensible times, 20 past 6 in the morning, 5 pips on Australian dollar, Japanese yen, 5 pips on Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, BYOB. 2 trades, 2 wins. John's the guy. See, people who've got their names in red are those who add stuff like educators who do live training and trading sessions. So John brought this new strategy, Firestarter strategy, which is based on, in fact, I'll tell you what, I'll do another video on that altogether. So let's hold fire on waffling on that for the time being. But as you can see there, he's put This morning woke up, 2 trades, 2 wins. My trading is done this week, even though I smashed my weekly target the other day and possibly a monthly target. So he's doing really well, and so he should, because he's brought so much to the group in terms of strategies, education, and stuff like that. And he still works full time as well. So you know, you can do it. Mike, 25 pips on New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. The gift keeps giving. That's Paul with an image of one of the guys who's just a chat that one of the guys who got 177 pips in the week. They did 10 trades, 1 loss, so that's 90% win rate. Pound New Zealand dollar, 50 pips overnight, which is great. You just sleep through and everything's all done for you. So here we go. This is the down under BYOB. This is only applicable to 6 in the morning till 8 o'clock in the morning UK time. So plus 12 pips, plus 18 pips, plus 10 pips, loss of 9 pips on that, but 15 pips and 9 pips and 11 pips. So 26 pips, not bad for a morning. I did the live session this morning, hence being a little bit tired now. That was at 8 o'clock UK time, but of course I've got to get up early and prepare for it. We didn't have a lot to choose from.
System analysis has
shut
completed.
your noisy old noise.
Driver tonic has detected 4 outdated drivers and 160 items,
whatever,
which can be critical to your Microsoft Windows 10 Pro and system performance. Click on Update and fix all items to update drivers and remove items.
Have you finished? Thank you. So there wasn't a huge amount to go through trade-wise, and Fridays tend to be a bit quieter because markets are slowing down. But I think I took 4 pips on the live session trading as we're actually discussing it there, and then I set an alert for pound US dollar, got 10 pips on that. The scan disappeared, but the alert still went off on TradingView, so I still got in. 5 pips BYOB. I think that's minus 15 pips. It might be plus 15 pips for Firestarter. David, again, one of the educators, he brought the BYOB down under strategy to the team. Keep saying team, community. 10 pips, 10 pips, 8 pips, 5 pips, also 10, 20, 28, 33 pips, all before 8 o'clock in the morning. Not bad going. Scotty, 48 pips, just come in just now, 25 live pound New Zealand dollar on demo. Set it up last night after work at 11 p.m. What can I say? You know, if you're saying I don't have time, he set it up last night after 11 p.m. Sorry, at 11 p.m. Darren's a beast. He does really well. Took 12 pips on New Zealand dollar CAD and 12 pips on EURCAD, and he's given the charts there. Daily and weekly target smashed using Firestarter. So I'll say we'll talk through that with another video another time. Kevin, 31 pips on that, 25. Yeah. Oh, so okay. GU 31 pips and 25 EG. So one pair going up, the other pair coming down. So yeah, or vice versa, whichever. So I got 20 pips on the pound New Zealand dollar. We talked about that on the 9 o'clock session. Set pitchforks up and just taking sell alerts on that. So I got 10 pips there. 20 pips there. 7 pips there. 37.5, Tony. Nice, good going. That's when I caught 20 pips on the EURCAD before it turned. Thanks to the indicator, I see the 15-minute scan has gone now, though. I've got another 10 pips on the pound New Zealand dollar because, as I said, we were just looking for sales and another one alerted. 15 cheeky pips with an indicator. That was the tool I was showing you on the chart there. 10 pips BYB. So Bill got 6, 5, and 12. So what's that? 11, 23 pips. Wow, Eric, 70 pips. Excuse me. Sorry. Head and shoulders pattern, and again John's been doing some education on the head and shoulders, so 70 pips is fantastic, and 5 pips on CAD JPY. Willie Torres closing the day with 17 pips, 25 to life. Thanks again, Johnny. Now Willie has, I think he joined the community a number of years back and gave up and then came back again, and this time round he's plugging in, he's getting involved, you'll see him posting his results quite frequently in here, because I think this time he's focused on it, and it's really working for him. Plus, this is actually a great community. There's the likes of John, Paul, David, Kevin, Les, Sharon, Sarah, Brian, Anne, and I've said John already, haven't I? But loads of people who are actually giving their time to talk through. And in fact, next week I've got a session lined up. Myself and Kevin are going through a sort of one-on-one session with one of the guys who's sort of struggling a bit to find his feet, to find a strategy that suits him. And we've had a number of people saying, "Oh, would love to be a fly on the wall to catch that." So, good Lord, what's this all about? Sorry, this isn't my laptop, so apologies for these things appearing and giving messages. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Sunday's coming up, so we're starting the 7-day trial again. So if you fancy jumping on that, let me know. And I'm starting to sound a bit croaky now, so I'm going to wrap up. And I'm going to wish you a very pleasant weekend, and we shall see you next week at some point. Take it easy. Ta-ta for now.